I mean, I've been following you for like 4 years. I know a lot about you.
Yeah,
I know a lot about you. I have questions that I know people would want to hear. I mean, first off, just to intro you, dude, what you've done for me, I'm going to be selfish for a second. You talk about being selfish, I want to talk to you.
Okay.
Bro, I remember. You remember Whatever It Takes? Do you remember me on that show?
Sure.
Do you actually remember me?
I don't remember you on the show.
You don't remember me, yeah.
No,
you called me the
I
dropout. So I was 19, came down here. I finished like 4th.
Was it the second season or the first season?
Second, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And
did he make it through the contraband?
Did. Yeah, it was in the last 4.
Okay.
And Robert, when you kicked me off, you said never stop pitching. So Robert came up to me and he's like, hey, what's one thing you could tell Grant? And go to the recording, dude. I said, I'll be back. And look at where we're at, baby.
Here you are, man. Love that, dude. I love that, man.
But, I mean, dude, in the last 3 years, you asked me.
I wish we were still doing that show, by the way.
Yeah, what happened to that?
We'll talk about that later. Just a lot of energy, man, the payback.
I mean, it's a lot of energy from you, too.
Yeah.
But, you asked me in that show, how much did I make that year? I said $8,000, and you laughed at me. This year I'll make like $400,000.
Wow, that's awesome, Cody.
Amazing.
Good job, man.
This dude has helped me in so many ways. Literally like a dad to me. I know we relate on that in different ways. Lost my dad, left my life. You lost your dad.
Yeah.
So like you have been a father figure to me, an uncle, whatever you want to call him, Grandpa G, whatever it is.
Grandpa G, man. That's not good, man.
But no, man. I mean,
dude, let me ask you something. Like the young guys. Do I look like a grandpa?
No, you look better as you age. To be honest, I look at your stuff on Cardone. I'm like, this dude, you figuring out your hairstyle, like.
Yeah, dude. You too.
I know. Yeah. Well, I got to figure it out now.
Trust me, you're gonna look back 10 years later and say, dude, what was I thinking about, man?
But no, I mean, I've taken every single dollar over the last 3 years, and now that I have a little bit extra, I've invested it into all your products, dude. I bought Cardone U for my whole team, $65,000 contract over the next 3 years. Swipe the card, like all these events. I invest into you, dude. I only listen really to you and a few other people at your level, like Tony Robbins, those guys. But at the end of the day, like sales-wise, you're the king.
Yeah, thanks.
So I'm happy to be here, and I know a lot of people watching.
I agreed to do this because I just respect who you are. I just like your persona.
Why did you do this?
Well, because you hit me. I forget where.
Dude,
Instagram.
I've been banging you for 3 years.
So
I've been talking to
think
Elena.
Maybe that's it. Maybe you just like enough times where I'm like, I think I like this dude. I don't know why. I don't know where I saw him. Forgot you were on Whatever It Takes.
Did you see the picture of me shooting with Elena?
Did I see that picture? I don't know. Dude, I get a lot of income, bro. I get a lot of I had somebody hit me on Instagram, you never answer me. And I'm like, that ain't going to help.
Yeah.
So it's not like I would love to answer every person and would like to think that I do that. Sometimes I can't keep up,
Of course.
And I feel terrible about it, by the way. I wish I had a personal relationship with every good person, not every person, but every solid dude like you. So
appreciate that.
Appreciate you hanging in there and believing in yourself.
3 years I've been trying to get at your door, but we're here. So what we do, all my guys here, we do social media marketing.
Okay.
Right? People hear social media marketing, they think of
Good.
followers.
I got some questions for you then.
I mean, put me on. Let's go. Let's talk a deal, dude. Come on.
Okay.
But instead, we get people followers. We get people, more likes, more engagement. But more importantly, we actually help people grow their sales to targeted audiences, things like that, actually prospect for them, run their online sales team, and we act as their online sales team. So my question to you is, before we get into the whole interview, I need some leverage here to all the people watching, all my clients watching. How important is social media? Right now, how important is it to be on social media?
I think, it's one of the great gifts that I've been given is the availability to be able to take and push a message out on unlimited lines at no cost, with no regulation, has been just an invaluable tool.
And be genuine at the same time.
Well,
You're one of those genuine people.
Well, that's whatever anybody else wants to do with
the cars, the houses, the rented this,
the
rented that.
Yeah.
You get lost in it.
Yeah, and social media is, when I was a kid growing up, when I was starting my first business, I would always see the guy with the billboard. Whoever could buy the billboard was the biggest businessman in the town I grew up in. And so I was like, man, one day I want to buy the billboard, And then you find out, wow, those billboards, they're expensive at that time. And
so since you were a kid, you wanted to just be
I wanted to be on the billboard. I wanted to be,
yeah.
So, and then I'd see the guy on TV. It was the mattress guy on TV in the town, or the car guy, or the plumber, or today it's the My Pillow guy, right? That's behind the CNBC ad.
Have you seen the Flex Seal stuff?
No, I hadn't seen that.
Yeah, never mind.
But whatever,
yeah,
whoever could buy the advertising was the king of that space, the mattress, the pillow, whatever. And I'm like, man, well, when social media came along, that was my first shot to say, hey, I can actually, because I never
How did a dude like you figure out social
I've never
media,
had any
though?
money, dude. I've never had any money. Even when I have money, I don't have money. So, so when social media came along, it was like, oh, it's free, it's unlimited, unregulated. Unregulated is probably more important to me than the free. I get to say whatever I want as often as I want, and I keep trying to get them to shut me down, and they won't. So I'm like, let's roll. So how did I figure it out?
Yeah, I mean, what, you were in your 40s when social media was actually...
I was in my, dude, I didn't start using, Facebook wasn't a thing for me until I was 53
So a
or
lot of
54
people
years
your
old.
age, though, are like, Facebook, you know, you got the mom. So how did you figure it out? I guess for adults out there, like
I used it. I didn't turn it over to my internet department like Snapchat. I used it. My guys don't use it. I got people here half my age. They don't use Snapchat. They don't know what to do with it. They don't know what it is. I used it. In fact, I had my whole internet office tell me it wasn't any good for me because the demographic was too young.
Yep.
So we've actually had Snapchat 14-year-olds hit me, tell their dad, you need to invest money with Grant Cardone.
Boom, 60,
and the dad put $250 grand.
Real estate?
Yeah, in the real estate fund. So we've had other corporations discover me.
I need to get into that, dude.
Yeah. We had a big $5 billion company. They do over $5 billion a year in sales. They want me to do their social media campaigns. Maybe I'll introduce you. Because they've seen what I've done with building an audience out.
Yep.
Just one guy.
Awesome. So social media is important. Very important.
I mean, look, getting known is important.
Yeah.
So if you don't think getting known,
so how do you break? You're always talking about breaking obscurity.
Yeah.
Getting through. What is it? Just the persistence? Is it the persistence mixed with like good content? You know, because you also talk about not waiting to post the one right video. You just throw it all out there.
Well, I'm not just throwing stuff out there, but I don't think anybody discovers who they are or what their message is without the frequency. So I'm not just throwing stuff out there. However, if I don't have anything to do and I'm not sure what to do, I will throw something out there, right? I would rather
just a test. See.
I'm not really even testing. I'm just like, I need to do something right now.
Yeah.
You know, I need to compete with the noise of the world. So that's really what's going on for me all the time. I feel like I'm always, I tell my wife all the time, when are we going to make it? Constantly, I tell her, this is the ongoing conversation we have.
Yeah.
When are we going to get our breakthrough? And people are like, so a buddy of mine heard me say that and he's like, are you serious? Dude, look. I said, no, man.
Like people almost take it offensively in a sense sometimes.
They're like, what do you mean? When you're going to get your breakthrough? You know, you got a plane and you know people, you got 4 million people. And I'm like, look, I'm waiting for my breakthrough because basically nobody knows me.
Yeah.
You know me, and I appreciate that, and a handful of people on the planet, but the rest of the planet doesn't even know my name. They don't know I exist.
You're trying to get to that Zuckerberg level, that 1, 2, 3 billion.
Well, where you can make a difference.
Of course.
You know, you can't make a difference with a couple million people knowing you. So when do I figure out what my message is? Look, Instagram, I've been using Instagram for 5 years. I just figured it out. Like literally, it's taken me 5 years to figure out what's the theme, what's the message, how often. Twitter, I gave up on Twitter, and now I'm going back and revisiting and saying, how do I use this? Because I was just not using it correctly, right?
Yep.
So, and I don't know that I figured out any of them. YouTube, we're just making another big assault on YouTube. I was posting 5 videos a week. We posted 5 yesterday.
Yeah.
So
Just
now to do all that, unfortunately, a lot of guys wear out because
they burn out.
There's nothing there.
Yep.
You can't just do the hustle over and over and over again before your audience is going to be like, yeah, I heard hustle.
Yep.
I heard work hard. I seen you on enough planes. I've seen you boarding enough planes. Like it's like I've seen you in enough cabs. At some point, I need to know what do I do? So like this studio, you see you see the real commitment is when you have a studio like this, and we do a show on Mondays on
Makes you show up.
Real estate. Makes me show up. Now I have content. Now I got it like, hey, this is the zone I can talk in. You know, like Gary talks about staying in a lane, which I like. But superhighways have 5 and 6 and 7, 8 lanes. Like you really want 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 lanes so that when things back up over here or aren't working over
Channels
here,
in a sense. You're talking,
channels. You want lanes. So we have a show on Mondays for real estate. Tuesday's an interview show, Power
Wednesday's
Players.
the G&E show.
Wednesday's the relationship
we did
show.
Cardone Zone today.
Exactly.
Fridays.
Thursday's the sales show, and then Saturday, and then we do live shows on the weekend. So you got to get a bunch of lanes rolling to figure out what you're even good at.
So a lot of my audience is 18 to 25. And
a lot of my audience is 18 to 25.
Yeah. So I think, a lot of people even ask me, I have here, what's your biggest advice for 18 to 25? But more importantly, a lot of these 18 to 25-year-olds, they're in college.
Yeah.
They drop out.
Yeah.
Whatever. They're surrounded by a bunch of losers. They're surrounded by alcohol.
Yeah.
Drugs.
Yeah.
Negative people.
Yeah.
They're stuck at home.
Yeah.
So how do you, as an 18 to 25-year-old in that position, I guess, surround yourself with the right people? And for me, just to kind of start this off, was really kind of going caveman and watching people like you. Mm-hmm. Like going,
caveman,
like going in a shell,
a
isolating myself in a house
for
a year straight.
Yeah.
When I had nothing.
Yeah.
Watching people like you.
Yeah.
And then what do you know, 3 years later?
Yeah.
I can fucking breathe. I can breathe right now.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're making a little money.
I can breathe. I can pay my bills.
Right,
I can live. Now it's time to hit the next level.
Right.
But as an 18 to 25-year-old, maybe you have no money. You're home. I mean, what's your advice for getting around the right people?
You got to you have to get the discipline. You have to start closing doors. Like open mind is not what you want right now. You really want like a little more closed. And I know they say, hey, a parachute only opens when it's open, but not wide open. When it's wide open, it doesn't work at all. So a lot of you are so wide open. Like you'll listen to anybody about anything. And you can't, there's certain guys that you can listen to, but they're going to basically, negate everything I tell you. So you got to pick who you're going to listen to, because you're not going to get good with anything. If this guy's saying wash your left foot and this guy's saying wash your right foot, and
spinning the tires,
you're like, what am I doing here? Slow down, speed up. Okay, monetize, don't monetize. Okay, don't use drugs, experiment with freaking psychedelics. Like what are you doing? Like walk on fire, get excited, strategy. Which one are you going to do? You got to pick a camp and run from that camp. And so you got to find, if you're going to follow 2 or 3 guys, and I would definitely not follow more than 2 or 3 guys, for sure. And maybe I would only follow one and go deep on that one guy until you exhaust him.
Yeah.
So when I I can just tell people what I did. When I was 25 years old, I had one thing that if I could get a little better at this, I could have money. And it was a sales job.
Cars.
I was selling cars. Yeah, I was selling cars. But I had failed at 5 other sales jobs. Yeah. I'm like, if you fail, and these were all jobs. I took all these jobs to make money because I was trying to pay my bills, right? So this was the only job I could get. And I said, I'm going to study one guy.
Is the story of you in the line to get the government check
that's
real?
A true story.
And your uncle
That's a true story.
said,
God, it saved my life, basically. Like, didn't just save my life, gave me a career. So I didn't know. I was standing in an unemployment line. I was going to get the check. I was three in line. My Uncle Vincent, the only uncle that really showed me any attention, said, "What are you doing here, man?" He happened to be going in to get some government check for some apartment deal he had. Yeah. And I said, "Man, I'm getting my check for unemployment. Everybody else is getting it." He's like, No, you're going to go to work. You're going to go sell cars. I'm going to get you a job selling cars. I said, I didn't go to college to sell cars.
Yeah, you have a degree in accounting. Yeah. 4 years. And you went to college.
And the dude said to me, and I didn't drop out.
You didn't drop out.
Probably a mistake. And if I dropped out, I might be a billionaire now. So he said to me, the guy says, you didn't go to college to stand this line either. Yeah. And so the next day I was selling cars and hated it. So the short of the story is I learned from one guy that was a professional at selling cars. And that's all I studied for 4 years. I didn't study Brian Tracy and Tom Hopkins and Zig Ziglar. And dude, I studied one thing. I'm going to get great at this. Once I got great at that, once I knew his material, every piece, everything he'd ever written, every book, every program, once I learned all that and could teach it, then I could actually teach other people. Then I started studying other guys.
Yeah. So who was Grant at 18 and 25?
18 to 25.
I mean, dude,
I
come
was
on.
lost,
You know what you're gonna say. I was
lost,
I was
dude.
doing drugs. What were
Dude,
you
I was
doing?
doing drugs
What were
every
you
day.
doing though?
Hey,
Drugs as in weed or like
any drug,
some hardcore
any
stuff?
drug, bro. What drug you got on you right now?
None.
That was the answer.
Yeah.
Whatever drug you had. If you didn't have a
So
drug,
it was bad.
Who's got them?
Yeah.
Whatever drug, dude. I was completely addicted to drugs. Every second of every day was either me feeling bad about what I just did or me looking for the next thing I was going to do.
Just in that destructive
Total
cycle,
addict,
yeah.
total addicted, compulsive, obsessed with, lost, gray, dark, depressed, beat up, degraded. I mean, everything you know about drugs and worse. So
One day, just
every day I got up, I'm quitting today. Every day from 17 years old to 25. Every day. I'm quitting today. I'm quitting today. I'm quitting today. I quit 10 times a day. And then one day it clicked. One day I'm like, dude, I'm
I
quitting.
need to wake up. Yeah.
No, I mean, I'd been trying to quit, right? I just never quit quitting. Like I quit, and
Yeah.
then I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to quit again.
Yeah.
And I beat myself up and it was terrible. And I know some of you out there smoking weed and stuff, you're like, oh no, that ain't going to happen to me. No drug addict thinks it's going to happen to him. Nobody ever thinks this is going to happen to me. But it did.
So no weed?
No, definitely not.
No weed. What about alcohol?
I'll drink. I didn't drink till I was 51 years old. I was getting married and we had champagne that night.
I heard you also say you're like, hey, if I'm going to drink too, I'm going to get the best bottle. Like if I'm going to do it, I'm going to go in.
When I went to treatment when I was 25 and then I came out and my problem was really drugs, but I said, you know what? I'm not going to use alcohol until I am so financially set. Like
Not even a beer.
Dude, not a beer, not a Corona. I didn't have a Corona between the age of 25 and 51.
Then your
26
Corona was in
26
like St.
years?
Bars probably or something like that.
But then when I did have a Corona, I'm like, dude, this is like what is this, man? And then the first time I had champagne, I woke up the next day with a hangover. I'm like, dude, I didn't miss anything, right? Because that hangover, it's there all day. You got that headache thing going on. You want it to go away. Then you're thinking about the Advil and the Tylenol, and you're nursing your headache all day. I'm like, what's the payoff here, bro? Like,
Yeah. There isn't. So routine-wise, what is your morning look like? I know for the people that follow, you're up, you go to the gym.
Yep.
Every morning you're like, I'm here, I hate it, but I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here in the gym, I hate it, but I'm here, I'm showing up. But what's like a day in the life of you? You know, like meetings.
Right now, I'm on a
busy?
I'm on a 2 workout schedule right now.
You got a trainer?
No.
You're just for 2 days in the gym?
I do 2 a day. I do one in the morning,
Nice.
one between 6 o'clock and
Like
9 o'clock at
6,
night.
7, 8 a.m.?
Yeah. So I beat the sun up. I try to beat the sun up. That's a big, glorious moment for me. I wake up griping. Damn, I'd like to sleep in. I try to spend some time with the kids every morning.
Yeah.
And get a workout in. I got to work this morning. Did I make the meeting this morning? We have a meeting every day at 9:06. I didn't make the meeting today, but I was doing a Skype call today at 9:15. So when I wake up, what happens in the morning is Katie sends me a text. And she's like, this is your schedule today. Ding, 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 ding. I have no idea what I'm doing until I get here. So, and then I come in.
Was it always like that though?
Kind of.
Have you always had someone kind of?
Yeah, kind of. No, I've never had. I didn't. You know, when I was 25 and I was selling cars, or when I was 30 and started my first business, or when I was 38 and I had 3 businesses going, I was just showing up. I would show up. I think you're low on battery on this phone.
Yeah, I think it's still rolling.
He'll give you a charge.
Cool.
And what I would do is, you see like that kind of thing, right? See, I see everything going on, right? I know everything going on because I take responsibility for it. So my whole life I've just been like this is my schedule right here, you know? So I come in, Katie tells me, or I went to the car dealership and I find out I got an appointment at 10, I got one at noon, I got one at 2, and then the rest of the day what happens where I spend all my time trying to jam the day. Because, you know, when back to the drug thing, the drug thing was about too much free time. Time has been my enemy the whole time. It was never really drugs.
I got a fortune cookie one time. It said the busiest man is the happiest man.
Totally.
Yep.
Who gets the most done? The busiest guy. Yep. You want a job done? Give it to the busy guy. So I get more done than other people. One, because I don't want free time. I'm worried about it all the time. I'm terrified of free time. The more free time I have, the more trouble I get in. The more depressed I am.
I agree with that.
The less confident I am. So if I can just stay busy, dude, I just try to fill up that white calendar because I don't think I need to die to meet the devil. I can meet him. Just give me a couple hours by myself, and I'll meet him.
Yep. So, all right, what do we got next here? Top tips for getting rich. You talk about not being stupid, falling into the facade. We kind of talked about the cars. So I guess tips for getting rich, but more specifically, how long do you save? How long do you squeeze it all up until you actually start to invest in something?
So look, the 18 to 25 guy, like number one is I didn't have an expensive car until I was 45 years old.
What car was that?
What car was that? Man, I've been in a lot of cars now. Maybe a BMW 7 Series.
And this, I mean, the Wraith? That's a Wraith,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
come on. That's a nice car. But you just got that recently.
Yeah, I got that about 7 months ago.
Was that from a vet?
No, the guy that's paying for it.
I know, yeah, I know. We won't
I
name
bought the
him.
car, and there's a dude paying for the car. Okay, so, and by the way, that's a lease. So sometimes when I say I bought the car, they're like, "No, you said you leased the car." I do lease the car.
Which you always say leasing and renting is better.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So back to the 18 to 25.
Yeah.
First of all, don't use drugs. Don't use alcohol. I guarantee you got a better chance of having money. Okay, I assure you, I've saved over $1 million not using drugs. Maybe more like 5 million. Okay, alcohol, not using alcohol, I'll guarantee you it saved me a couple $1 million. Now, because also it gave me the energy not to have the hangover, not to have the remorse, not to have the shame, okay? And by the way, most good people, the best people are not using drugs. Like the real deals are not done around cocaine tables.
No.
So number two, don't blow your money on bullshit, man. You know, let all these other guys show off with their Lambos. You know, I'm gonna buy a damn plane. Okay, plane. You don't buy a plane to show off. You buy a Lambo to show off. So save the freaking Lambo, dude.
I gotta stop him sometimes. He calls me to make the decision.
Oh, dude, I'm bad with it.
I'm grandpa about it.
Dude, nobody's gonna do business with you because of the car you drive. Nobody's gonna do business. I've never bought a $5,000 suit. I don't have $1,500 shoes. Okay, I don't do designer sunglasses. Like. I'm not saying be a pauper, okay? But, you know, like in the beginning, between 29 and 40, dude, I saved every penny. Like I squeezed everything, every penny. I bought everything on sale. I bought food on sale. It was a bit of a dumb mentality.
How much did you save up, if you don't mind? I mean, a range before you.
Well, I didn't. My first investment was I bought a house for $78,000. I put $5,000 down. I wouldn't make another investment. That was a wrong investment. It was a budget investment.
Yeah.
You shouldn't make budgetary investments. Okay, I wouldn't make another investment for 3 years, and I had over $1 million in a savings account, and I put 300,000 of it down in one deal.
At what, 25?
No, I was 31 years old.
Oh, I gotta beat that then.
And then my next deal would happen 6 months later. I exhausted the rest of my cash. So my first two real investments.
Oh, so you took that $1+ million and just dumped it all in real estate.
Dude, I say from between 25 and 31 years old, I saved and saved.
Is that a little scary?
No.
Everything you worked for 5-6 years and just.
Yeah, dude, every investment I've ever made, I've been terrified of.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to do 2 deals right now, and I'm like looking at them.
Real estate?
Oh, it's so scared.
Yeah. You're like. Sign it
So
off.
everything I do, you know, I'm always scared. Like you guys think the fear is going to go away. It's not going away. I'm telling you, it's not going to go away. If you're doing something that's new and you're doing something that's stretching you, the fear's not going to go away. But don't be a show off, man. Don't be a show off. Everybody can tell it's bullshit.
Yep.
Like you're not fooling anybody, man. I remember. I'll tell you a story. I owned a 1970 Ford Maverick. You guys don't even know what that car is.
Go on Google.
Okay.
Ford Maverick.
Car was worth maybe $400. Blake's calling
me.
So car was worth $400 or $500. No air and no heat. Now I'm such a show off.
You rolling the windows down?
No. The door handles were broken. Okay. So, dude, I had this phone. Do y'all remember the phones with card lines?
Yeah.
I had a phone. This is before the big box phones. I'd keep a phone in the car.
To make it look like you had a.
Make it look like I had.
They
I'm
had
in a
them in, like, the
$400
Mercedes and
car
stuff.
acting like I'm on a phone. That's how fucked up I was. Trying to show off, man.
I believe it.
You know, and then thinking, oh man, I'm gonna dress, I'm gonna wear a jacket. Look, you're not fooling anybody, man. So I know it's popular right now to grab a picture of yourself in front of something, a car, chick. Like nothing's real anymore. Dude, you can post as many pictures as you want. Dude, if you can't spend it, you can't find it, you can't use it, you can't invest it, it's just all pretendville.
Yep, useless.
So that would be the second piece of advice I would give people. Don't
show off.
Don't show off. It's stupid.
Don't play the game. Yeah.
And then, dude, when you make a play, go all in.
Like the whole put all of your eggs in the basket.
Study one person.
Yep.
Stay in one space. If you're going to invest it all in one deal. Don't do the your mommy said put a bunch of eggs in a bunch of different places.
Gary Vee talking about 20 to 30, only making 30, 50 grand a year, saving every dollar, not going on trips, and then when he was time to make that investment, a few $100 grand.
Then he went into Twitter and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But so I'll do one more question, and then I want to do some.
And I would just
quick-
tell everybody listening right now, when you hear Gary talk about the investment in Twitter and Snapchat and this and that, yeah, that's good, dude. Dude, I want some real investments. I want real things that I can put my hands around. Okay, this is all bullshit. All these
tangible.
People, like, show me where you made the money, dog. I want to see the money. Just because you own something doesn't mean you have money, right? Just because you bought a piece of bullshit paper stock doesn't mean it's worth anything.
So you don't believe in stocks?
No, absolutely. You don't know what it is. You don't know who the company is. You don't know who runs it. You don't know what it's worth today. It's all bullshit. You guys are going for bullshit. Bitcoin, all the cryptos, okay? You're looking to get rich quick. I'm looking to get rich for sure. I don't want to get rich quick. I want to be guaranteed I get rich. I don't care how long it takes me, as long as it doesn't take me till my death. So like, I'm not dying here. I got plenty of time to enjoy my money. So like when we bought the jet, dude. I'm like, I got 20 years. I can start flying around private now.
Did you put that on
You can't fake that shit.
Did you put that on a loan?
I wrote a check for that plane.
You paid for it cash?
Yeah.
You want to tell me how much?
I wrote a check for that thing. Okay, it's a 2008 Gulfstream 200. So
What's
you
it,
can you can.
Eight-seater?
I think I paid $8.3 million for that plane.
$8.3 million.
But it cost another. Every time you get a check on it, it costs. Our last check was $400,000 on it. So every year you got to get a check on the engines.
Yeah, maintenance.
It's basically a bunch of computers, right? And then it costs another $2 million a year to service it, fuel, house it, et cetera.
Good investment for you?
It's been unbelievable.
Saves a lot of time.
Better investment in the plane than in the Rolls. I guarantee you. The planes made me money. The Rolls is just a show off piece.
Yeah, you like it though.
I love that.
It's
car.
nice,
dude. I love that Rolls.
We got a little headshot before I came in here. I was
did
next to
you?
your license
Yeah,
plate. I was like, I've been banging on this dude's door for 3 years, and now look at where I'm at.
Yeah.
All right, so one last question, and then I have just fun little one-liner answers. So I watched an interview of you, and you said when you were about 45, you maybe were worth 10, 15 million.
Yeah.
That was, 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
You've multiplied that by 10, 20 times.
Well, 2008, some of that money got trapped and destroyed.
Yep. How have you 10, 20, 30 times? I mean,
dude, but the last 7 years, bro, it's been explosive.
Yeah. What have you been doing differently?
I quit settling. I think I got really scared in the economic collapse and said, hey, I'm going to get busy here now. And I went wide. I had been satisfied with this vertical that I was comfortable and good in. And I think it happens to a lot of people. You get good in a genre or an industry, and you're like,
a little comfy.
I know these people. I know how to talk to them. I know the nomenclature, the vocabulary, how they talk, and you get comfortable in that lane. And so when I hear guys say, "Stay in your lane," I'm like, okay, But dude, look, what happens if the freaking highway gets blocked?
Yeah.
You better learn how to jump the freaking center. What's the center thing called?
The median, yeah.
You better jump that median, dog. If you want to get where you're going, bro, you better be able to use that sewer line over there if you need to. And I think what we did was we went wide. Elena's definitely helped in the play, expanding people, hiring more people, being willing to fail, spending money on advertising, using social media in a big way, making big bets.
I love it. Just going big.
Going
All right,
big.
quick questions. I know
The jet,
you
the
don't
jet
have.
was a great thing. Can we pull the jet? Can we throw the jet right up here? I'm missing him right now. I'm about to sell him, by the way.
What?
He's going to
this
go
thing
away.
right
He's
here.
going to go. Little boy's going to have to get replaced.
You gonna get a bigger one?
Now you can't fake a jet. Okay, you guys that are like, I mean, you can rent one, you can charter one. You
See,
can't
like
fake
renting
owning one.
and chartering. That's
We call Jet Smarter.
Yeah, we called and it's like they want 15,000 and
But,
the
okay.
flights are bullshit.
Okay,
Like,
so here's another thing, dude. You guys shouldn't be flying private right now.
no, I'm not. I don't.
Now, the
Grant,
only
the more
reason,
money I've made, the actually the cheaper I've become in a sense.
yeah. Well, the only yeah. Pull it back because it's looking a little fuzzy, man. I wouldn't even trust getting on that thing right now. So, look, I didn't fly private. How many times do you think I've flown private, other than my plane?
That you paid for?
Never.
Yeah.
Never. Dude, I never.
Not even with like a
my
business
first
partner or
my
whoever?
first private flight was on that plane.
That's boss, so.
Okay, I go from flying 3 million miles, 3 million miles back and forth, collecting millions of dollars back and forth, 3 million times, dude. Okay, hundreds of thousands of hours on planes, stuck in cabins with a bunch of people I don't like,
Yep.
mistreated by flight attendants and airlines. Okay,
You
like,
get dragged off the plane?
dude, you do the math on 3 million miles over
a lot.
over 15 or 20 years. You know, it's a lot of travel. It's a lot of suffering. It really is. So, now one time did I fly private. Okay, I would go from being an ambassador on American Airlines. First time I fly private was on my plane because I stroked a check for it.
Yep. All right, let's
But to do that, to make that leap, you got to show up every day. You got to bank every day. Okay, this can't be some idea. This can't be a bunch of talk on Instagram. You're not going to post your way to this. That's a bullshit. You're not going to. If that's the kind of life you want right there, you can't fake this. And by the way, even though you make money, okay, you got to bank it. Like to spend that much money on one asset. That's not a liability. That's an asset. To be able to do that requires tremendous discipline over long periods of time. I'm not bragging about the money. I'm bragging about the discipline, and you will too.
What went behind that?
Yeah, exactly. The days, the nights, the weeks, the not making mistakes. By the way, we never talk. Everybody talks about what they did right. Avoiding mistakes is a huge thing, right? So, and then being willing to pull the trigger, even though the lawyer tells you not to, and your friends tell you not to, and the accountant tells you not to. So anyway, he's going to probably get retired here before long. I'm going to sell it for less than I paid for it.
Oh, your real jet. The one. Are you talking about this thing or the real jet?
No, I'm talking about the real
You're
one.
going to sell your real one.
Well, when I'm talking about this one, I'm talking
You're
about that
shopping
one.
for another one, aren't you?
Oh yeah, exactly.
I
That's
know
what I'm
he's
saying.
shopping for a bigger one. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's too small, dude. I want to homeschool my. I want to school my kids at 51,000 feet, and not homeschool them, but jet school.
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at a 550 Gulfstream 550.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the upgrade?
The money you mean?
No. Like just the like. the
13.
plane.
It's you know, you put 13 people in it rather than 9. It can go around the world. You know, I could go to China in it.
Go to Australia.
I could go to Australia.
Let's do it.
No stops. Straight
What's,
Miami to Australia.
What's the biggest deal you've ever closed? Let's just get in these one-liner questions.
Biggest deal I've ever closed will be the deal I closed at the end of the year, $86 million.
Real estate.
$68 million for the state, for the tax
What?
people. Yeah,
68 million.
the other way.
Who does Grant listen to? Yourself? Your wife?
No. Look, you know, my biggest mentor is other people's mistakes. I watch a lot of people from
People at
mistakes.
your level?
Yeah. People that unwound it, people that screwed up.
Yep.
That's one of my best mentors.
What are your targets right now? What's your top goal or two? Top
The real
goals?
estate, definitely, you know, my next target for the real estate's $1 billion. I'll get to $1 billion. I know for sure I can get to $1 billion.
That was my last question.
Yeah.
When do you think you'll hit $1 billion?
No, I'll hit $1 billion I will hit $1 billion in assets by next year.
Dude, when is Google gonna change your net worth?
I don't know.
You don't have a Connect over there? You can't just
Google,
call me and be like,
Wikipedia,
dude, what is this?
it's
Come
all
on.
bullshit,
Yeah.
dude. It's all, the net worth thing is not as important as the
of
control
what
of
you actually-
assets.
yeah.
But when will I hit $1 billion in net worth? I don't know. I might not make that. But my kids will make it. My estate will make it.
That's awesome though.
Yeah.
That's that legacy.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way that it doesn't make it.
No. But that's all I got. So
That's it,
appreciate-
baby?
I I mean, you want to keep going?
Dude, no, you're awesome.
I know your
dude.
time's valuable.
You're awesome, man. I appreciate you
Appreciate you.
coming in. Appreciate you being so persistent.
Thank you for having me in here.
Okay.